The Shark Deck.
I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Hey, good news if you've been a little wigged at the Grinch Stole Christmas that one time back in 1957. Get over it, will ya? Well, good news. There's a sequel, How the Grinch Lost Christmas. The new book picks up 1 year after the original, and like the first, teaches a valuable lesson about the true spirit of the holiday. The new book, How the Grinch Lost Christmas, is not based on a newly discovered manuscript by Dr. Seuss, but was written and illustrated by an author and artist with previous experience in the Seussiverse. One of the bosses over at Random House Children's Book, in a statement, said, "One of the most asked questions received from Seuss fans of all ages is, what do you think happened to the Grinch after he stole Christmas?" The new book will be out September 5th, written by Alastair Heim and illustrated by Aristides Ruiz. Heim has written Seuss-themed books before. They are called If I Ran Your School and I Am the Cat in the Hat. I'm picturing like Breaking Bad, except it's the cat. Too dark? All right. In the sequel, the Grinch wants to show how much he loves the holiday by winning Whoville's Christmas crown with the most spectacular Christmas tree ever seen. But when his plan goes awry, the Grinch turns into his old cold-hearted self until his friend Cindy Lou Who reminds him that Christmas is not all about winning. You know your dog loves you, right? Well, your dog has 5 ways of telling you that it loves you. Dr. Kirsten Rongen has shared her tips for identifying your dog's love language and the best way to reciprocate. All right, you ready? The doctor says, does your pet repeatedly lick your face, climb on your lap, or tend to jump up even when they know they're not supposed to? These pets want one thing more than anything else, and that's lots of physical fuss. To show your pet you care, provide lots of cuddles and belly rubs and fur strokes, and they'll be your best friend. What about the barks? Well, pets respond really well to training and praise, so make sure to always offer them verbal positive reinforcement. That means they'll recognize when the tone of your voice changes, so being vocal both in a concise and light manner will help your pet learn and understand what you're trying to tell them. Pets who are soothed by your voice could also benefit from background noise such as a radio left in your house, or maybe download every episode of your favorite podcast with a host that has a soothing voice and let them all play so I can climb up the Apple Podcast charts. Could be an option. Making time to play with your pet is a must. They love human company, and they might wake you up extra early to show your affection if they don't get enough. Making sure they've had enough exercise and mental stimulation before you leave the house is essential. Maybe a game of fetch or tug rope before you leave. Another thing dogs do, gifts from the garden. Yes, gifts from the garden are a gesture of their love. No, they don't have to bring in a field mouse. Please don't. It could be one of their toys that was outside and they bring it in. Dogs with this love language will also respond well to treats during training, so make sure to pack them before puppy training. Carol Bolin, 76 years old, now has her parents' long-lost World War II love letters. Thanks to the work of Chelsea Brown, who's a New York-based genealogist who returns priceless treasures to family. So there were these 18 letters sent by her father to her mother as he served in the U.S. Navy during the war. They've been tucked away for 50 years in the attic of Bolin's childhood home in Staten Island. A homeowner found them in the walls when renovating back in 1995, which is no longer yesterday. That's quite a while ago now. The homeowner saw Chelsea Brown on the Kelly Clarkson show and reached out for help to get the letters to the family. Months later, Brown connected with Bolin's son, who thanked her for returning the letters to his mother. Their parents are long gone. Bolin said, "My father was a policeman, so he would keep things in his special place out of reach from me and my brother by storing things up in the attic." Carney had held on to the letters for 30 years, hoping to return them to the owners. Hey, good news, Mr. James can retire. Mr. James, the 80-year-old janitor, had been retired, but his rent went up. He had to go back to work and became the janitor at Callisburg High School in Texas. 3 students set up a GoFundMe page trying to raise some money so the guy didn't have to work at age 80. Within weeks, $270,000 was pledged. The original goal was $10,000. The online fundraiser said, "I'm having a fundraiser for our janitor who's struggling to pay his rent. He had to leave retirement to continue to pay his rent that was raised just a little will change his life." The principal said, "It's just amazing." And our 5th good news story today is kind of fun. It involves winning the lottery, and it doesn't involve a couple. It involves what the article is calling a throuple. Let me tell you the story, and then you and your friends can talk about it over the water cooler. So Katie Ruppel and Claire Thornhill used a $100 gift to gamble, and they won a $1 million jackpot. They split the cash with the man who gave them the money. That man, Katie's husband, Justin, who's also romantically involved with Claire. I'll try and keep this tight. Katie was in a relationship with Justin. Katie then told Justin she was also attracted to Justin's friend from college, Claire. The couple reached out to Claire, confessed Katie's attraction to her, and then they became a throuple. Claire said, we knew right away. We had to be 3. Honestly, it feels like this was meant to be. We've now been living together for 3 years. We like to think of the jackpot money as a little bit of karmic gift for opening up to the world and believing in ourselves and our relationship. And now they won the lottery. That's your 5 good news stories for today. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your shows, and you have a great day. I'm Johnny Mac, host of Daily Comedy News. Do you like the little Letterman homage there on the music bed? Yeah, start your mornings with a quick 10-minute recap of late night, not Dave, all late night, and the latest on Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, John Mulaney, Tig Notaro, Eliza Schlesinger, Amy Schumer, Joe Rogan, Mark Maron, all your favorite comedians. It's Daily Comedy News. It's an easy way to start your morning, and I promise I'll keep it clean. Daily Comedy News, wherever you get your shows.